So to make the last type of ceiling that I'm asking is basically how to make an angle to a ceiling so it's not flat. No? So it's very simple. You can go to ceiling. What I'm asking is that you sketch ceilings and then you do circles around here, big ones, small ones, circles that they don't interact with the structure, they don't touch it, and that allow for a more interesting space in the atrium. So basically you can do any shape, including circles here. You can move it around, and you have to go one by one, and there's an option called slope arrow while you're doing the ceiling. The slope arrow, what it means is that you can draw an arrow pressing 2 times in one side and another, escape, and you can select the arrow anytime you want, and it gives you the properties for that arrow. What does this arrow mean? It's just a way for Revit to allow slope angled planes. What it's telling us, level of tail and level of head. Okay, so we can change those, and that would mean that the slope goes from the lower point here or higher, depending on what you set, to the higher or lower difference. So you can set this to be, let's say, height at tail to be 10 feet, and then at head to be 5. No? So let's say OK for that, and let's also go to the section and see what we really did at this point. There it is. Okay, now if you select the ceiling shape, you can say edit boundary. You have to go to the plan and do the same thing that we did before. But if you select it without editing, you have your healing height and where is the level associated. So I actually recommend that you associate it to the bottom of the truss in the atrium. No, it's gonna go up there, and now you play with this number with -20, I think, or something like that. So it pops down, and you start changing these numbers to test different heights as you wish. No, so you can say -15. Not 158, and there it is. And again, you can anytime you can go to for example this level, which is bottom of truss. You can double click there to go to the level and see the ceiling here. You can select that and edit it, and the arrow appears again that you can select and change here to change the angle. You can say 12 and 4, say OK, go back to your section to see how it is changing. Okay, so again, you can change the overall by selecting it, say -22, or you can change the angle by double clicking or going to the tail and front and change those heights. So now if you go to the camera, actually I'm gonna just put a couple of those more. Let's go to level 1, ceiling, level 3. There it is. I'm gonna copy it. Many times in Revit when you copy, it has the constraint option, so you just have to click it if you want to move freely. Okay. Don't put here, there's going to be a stair right there, so just avoid that area. Move, I don't know, here for example. Now we can select edit boundary, make it smaller or bigger by clicking on this circle. You can also rotate this guy or change the orientation of the slope. This is a little bit too regular, and say OK. You can select that one, edit boundary. I'm going to make this one bigger. Why not? Now I say not to touch on columns, so be careful with that. And now I'm going to change this way, so it's more fun. No? Say OK. I'm going to go to the section, select that. I'm going to make this one higher, like -15, and This one is nice there, and this one's going to be a little bit lower, minus 25. Okay, nice. I'm going to go to the camera view. There you go. Something fancy. You can put 3 or 4, like more interesting. And these are ceilings, so you can perfectly place lights. You can do it from the 3D as well with no problem. You can go 3D, section box, if it wants to. I don't know where it is. I probably hide it sometime, so I'm going to turn on reveal, select the box, right click, unhide elements, reveal again, and let's see what we have here. There you go. So you can do the same component and lights, and you can place them directly. And they associate themselves. That would be incorrect, but you know, incorrect and correct is probably not the point. So I want you guys to play here with the angles. That's an important theme, okay? Okay. There you go. Okay, I'm going to cancel that.